what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello there, and welcome in to yet another edition of Your Show. My name is Gary. I am your host, and this show, Your Show, still the only one that we know of, going live Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m., rain or shine or heat stroke be damned, because wow. If you haven't been outside yet today in this beautiful city of ours in Saskatoon, it's very, very hot. And we got the AC going, and I'm still sweating away. So hopefully you beat the heat, and you're finishing off another lovely work day and heading on out to some AC of some sort or some shade, because I believe you would have earned it today. We also have a camera, world-renowned, super famous. I thought we had her all trained up on her new spot, but no. Marge, hey, stop licking, girl. You're going to be on camera. Wait for it. This is how we like to thank you for joining us each and every day here on Your Show. And it's an interesting spot. Oh, are you going to handle? Are you going to be a handler? Okay, this will be good. We got this. Yeah, that's perfect, right like that. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the Maggie Cam. There it is. There, that's a girl. Oh, now. We're going mobile. That's a good one right there. That is fantastic. The Maggie Cam, as always, proudly brought to you by our fantastic friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. Yesterday I talked about how I made a lovely video with Maggie as we went in there to go get her some food, and her boyfriend Leroy greeted us at the door, and they ran around, and Maggie stole some treats, and we got it on camera. But I didn't want to incriminate her, a.k.a. I forgot again. So we'll move that one to tomorrow. It's a very, very funny video showing off how amazing it is over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They got treats galore. We're talking buckets of treats. Those are the ones that she loves to treat herself to. Oh, she's going over. we gonna get John on the camera? Marge, over this way. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. Come on, zoom. Or not zoom. Well, it won't focus through all that stuff. It's like she's lingering in the background. It's okay. We'll get her. Come here, Marge. Yes, right here. Okay, that's getting better. Sometimes she likes to be a little bit of a diva, and we're okay with that because we love her so much. She is our 14-time employee of the month over here. Wrong way, darling. Come on back. Over here.
Really going rogue.
Yeah, this is something. Come on back, Marge. Come on. I'm going to tell everyone. There you go. Look at that. Okay. We'll get back into it. They have a cleaning station there, right in the back, the best in the city. Got a big basin, little harness. You put your puppy in there. You got the soap, got the water, got the blow dryer. It's amazing. They also got all the raw food you need if you want to change your dog's diet to the raw food diet. They have outfits. Maggie has numerous outfits, like jerseys and other very cute ways for you to dress up your pup. They have medicines. They have kennels, beds, everything you need, especially toys. From giant and ultra durable to very small, and one chomp and they're gone. They're all there. As well, Mike and Rochelle, they are two of the greatest human beings ever, and I can't say this enough. I always like to remind you. Oh, they're perfect. She finally hits her spot, hey? What a good puppy. Mike and Rochelle, we go way back. They are two of the most incredible human beings I've ever met, and they were the first business to come on with us here. And the reason they did that is because they are very good people. They understand that we're trying to make the world a better place, that what we do here is very important as far as bringing society back to some sort of normal, reminding people to put others before yourselves. The world isn't all about you, okay? Golden rules, all those things. And Mike and Rochelle get that. So when you walk in, you're greeted with that exact kindness and incredible, amazing, beautiful people that we want to be around. So we're so happy and proud that we have our friends at Pet Planet on 8th Street on board, and we get to start our show off every day with this incredible Maggie Cam. So head on over there. They got tons of deals, great people, and they're open after hours and on weekends, thanks to Kirsten and Chris. So Once you go there, I promise you, your day, dare I say, your life will get better. Batter? Better. Batter up. I'm thinking baseball
Yeah,
already.
you are.
We're getting into it. That is our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. Nice work, Margaret. Okay. Here we go. Wednesdays around here, we like to get right into another roundtable. We have the All Out of Angst podcast on Tuesdays. We have a Friday Fun Table on Wednesdays. We get into it. We check in with friends around the world and friends here in town. I have one right beside me who we're going to introduce first because he's one of my favorite dudes in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Simon Hiatt.
Hi.
Woo!
How's it going? Good to see you, Gary.
So happy you're here.
Great to be here.
When I was reading I had another incident with the messenger. Is every time I open it, all of my nightmares come true. It's bloop, all these people trying to reach out, like, find the right one. And Coach, two, had a nice comment about bringing someone in, and you said, well, if it's busy, I don't have to come in. And then I immediately texted you. I'm like, I don't care about Messenger. I'm like, you need to come in. You are the cornerstone, you're the foundation of this, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to try to do this. That's for you, a little horn.
Now, to be fair to Coach 2, I don't think he ever said, hey, you don't come in.
Oh, of course.
No.
This is just you as a person. It's too nice.
If you could see the messages that Coach you
So
need
many.
like
There's
one of
so
those
many.
decoder rings to understand exactly what Coach 2 was saying. And so I was kind of interpreting it as, hey, I got this idea. We got this thing. This thing's happening. I was like, oh, hey, that sounds like a pretty full show. You know what? If you want, I'm happy. I've been here several weeks in a row now. I'm happy to take a week off.
And I got mad.
I'm happier to be here.
I got upset.
Oh.
Like, I cannot do this
Gary
without
lost
you.
it.
You are my anchor, man. You're my everything around
And
here.
I used to be an anchor man.
Get it?
There was a
We're
time.
doing it. Like
No.
Ron Burgundy.
Yep.
Hey, what's the line?
Stay
Go
classy,
F.
San
Go,
Diego.
I was gonna say go
Oh,
F
you're
yourself,
gonna-
San Diego. Yeah, but yours is also very good too. Stay classy, Saskatoon. So we got him. We got one other guy. We are two. We might have Coach 2. We'll see.
Oh.
He's in the middle of some stuff. We might end up double zooming. No.
Let me check my messages. Oh, wait, it's just gibberish. It's just a string of consonants.
All over.
I don't
Mixed
know
in
what
with
he's
topics.
saying.
Oh, that's so good. Avatar Anderson not here as he is Jazz Fest. He is
Jazz Fest Kansas City.
Fest
Ooh, it's going to be
galore.
toasty in the Besborough Gardens.
Man, tomorrow we got the great Kurt Dahl, drummer lawyer from One Bad Son.
Oh, I love me some Kurt Dahl.
He's coming in here. I think we're going to Zoom. We're going to do a little talk about the Jazz Fest.
I have a good Kurt Dahl story if you want it.
He's
but
one of my favorite people.
such a good dude.
Do
So smart, so interesting.
you want to throw it out there right now?
We can. So this was back, I won't say the year yet because it'll reveal something about what's about to happen, but Kurt, I've known Kurt for years, of course,
Yes.
the drummer from One Bad Son, got to know him really before they took off. And it's really interesting because when I interviewed him back in my Shaw days, the way the parallel careers, if you don't know about Kurt Dahl, lawyer
Yes.
and drummer.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
then he's merged those two things into one fantastic career where he
Yeah.
advises other musicians how to not get screwed over by the music industry, because that's what the music industry does.
Taking it down from the inside. That's my guy.
Exactly.
Love
And
him.
it was like right before the Junos hit the city in
Oh.
2020.
I remember
March of
that.
2020. Anyone have any memories of that time?
Yeah.
It's like, One Bad Son's got a show at Amigos. They're going to be doing all sorts of stuff for the Junos, which were in Saskatoon. Junos for our guest from Australia who's in the
Mm-hmm. Yes.
studio. It's like our Grammy Awards. It's like the big
you go.
music awards in Canada.
Shout out to John, by the way.
Yeah.
Incredible man. I
Saskatoon.
love you, buddy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, John.
Love
Great
the
to
live
meet
audience. You bet.
So they had all kinds of things, and then of course everything went haywire. I was going to Amigos. We were planning it out. I was going to shoot a whole thing. I was going to shoot their show there,
Man.
and then it all fell apart. But
See-
doesn't change the fact that Kurt Dahl is awesome.
I remember being so excited because I had to do so much work with the old radio station for the Junos. And I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to go, me and crowds. I'm like, I can't do it. There's going to be so many people. I'm going to go in there. Then all of a sudden it happened. Oh, sweet. We got a couple weeks off and I get to miss the Junos. This is fantastic. Not knowing that everything else was about to happen.
Yeah.
If I would have known that, I wouldn't have not have been so excited. So, yeah.
At some point, by the way, this also relates a little bit to John, our guest.
Ooh, okay.
We could do an entire episode talking about the 2007 Junos. We'll have to have Curtis Anderson, the Avatar,
You guys got some video from that,
we
don't
were
you?
working that,
Yes, you were.
and he organized us. He was like a drill sergeant, but in a good way. Like he was planning. Like he was like,
nice
okay,
drill
this
sergeant.
3 to 4, you're going to be at the Saskatoon airports. We've got flights coming in from Vancouver and Toronto.
Gotta
Then you're
catch
going to head to
everyone.
Amigos. Then you're going to head here, and blah blah blah. And yeah, we have some phenomenal stories from the 2007
This will be good.
Jingoes.
We'll get into that.
Maybe we'll get Jackie back in for that
Oh,
one
I
too.
miss Jackie already.
Yeah.
She should be here. Okay.
Anyhow,
Yeah,
sorry.
we'll get her in. No, this is good. I just wanted to say, like, I don't know what KD's deal is with the Jazz. Is he like president of Jazz Fest or something like that? He's on all these boards.
Yeah,
he's,
he's involved in a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and I know at the organizational level for musicians in
Yeah,
Saskatchewan.
so he's on everything. So
Yeah.
he actually, being the kind of person that he is, he offered me some tickets.
What a great dude.
And I obviously have to work because that's all I do. But I said, you know what? Come on tomorrow, and we'll do a little KD and me. We used to do this little KD and me show that we did on the radio where he'd come on once a week and we just talk about stuff. And so we're slowly bringing it back.
Excellent.
And he'll update us on all the stuff Jazz Fest, and we'll get into it. So that'll be very good.
Cool, interesting
Tomorrow.
guy.
All right, are we ready to go to the land down under? Ladies and gentlemen, I imagine it's freezing right now. What do you think the temperature is there, John? Oh, 10 to 12 degrees. So he won't be in his Al Mazy Fresca, that's for sure. He'll be inside in his
All
office.
bundled up.
It is time to check in with our chilly guest from Melbourne. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Coach number 1.
Go Berries!
Berries. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, just managing to stay warm. Had the heater running all night.
Of course. 10 to 12?
Winter time.
What's the temp there?
What's that?
What's the temperature there? 10 to 12 degrees?
This morning it's about 8 degrees.
Oh, it's
been
down to
raining,
8.
so- yeah. So,
What do you think the temperature in Adelaide is?
Adelaide's usually a little bit warmer, so I'm going to say it's about 11.
Oh, he says about 11 in Adelaide. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty good, John says. We have Curtis's father-in-law, Phenom's grandpa, in the house here today. He's doing a world tour, seeing all of his family around Canada, so he wanted to stop by and check out the studio.
And he's from Australia.
From Australia,
If
yes,
that
from
wasn't
Adelaide.
clear
yes.
from what we were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were
nice.
laughing. It's like, hey, we're going one guy in here and one guy over there. Very fun. How are you doing, old friend?
Yes, very good. We just got back from a little mini holiday jaunt. We went down to Phillip Island. Which
Hold
is
on,
about
Phillip Island.
Phillip
I think
Island,
I know
do you know
Phillip
that one,
Island.
John?
You know
Phillip Island? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I think I went there. Is that the place with the koala sanctuary?
There's a koala sanctuary there, and there's a
went
penguin parade.
Yes, that is exactly. Dude, I did that trip. That's the place. We stayed overnight there, and we got in the Coolabah during the penguin parade, and I tried to run around with them a little bit. They didn't like that very much. But also with the koalas, I got a bunch of pictures. That place is freaking. They have one of the best mini golf courses I've ever played in my life there as well.
Yeah, it's a good spot. So the penguins, we've seen them before. So typically you can go there later in the afternoon or as the sun's coming down.
Yeah, and then they all come in from the water and they run into the little houses in the hill.
Yep, yeah, spot on. So we did that. We went to a couple of the pubs. Every morning we would go to a different coffee shop.
Nice.
So I tried 3 different magics.
Hey, okay. What was your favorite magic?
I think it was called 36 Degrees is what the place was called.
Ooh.
And so that was really good. This is probably a little bit too much detail, but I've got a new criteria for telling if a coffee is good. Because one of the coffees I had could tell it was just a little bit too much milk, but didn't need to go to the bathroom afterwards, like the next half hour.
Well, right.
So it obviously wasn't very strong enough.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
I like that. I like how you have like a rating scale. That's very fun for the the bathroom trips from the coffee.
36 degrees is something we can also identify with, by the way, Coach.
case you're wondering.
Because that's about what we're looking at today here.
I don't know if you can see, but we have the AC in here. It's rolling, and I am soaking already. We got the lights on in here, saying 27 right now inside, and the AC is going full blast. So it's very hot.
Summertime. Soak it up, boys.
Can't beat it.
It's great when you're outside. We don't need it inside. Like, this is ridiculous, bro.
Can you ask John a question for me?
No.
I think he just left.
He left.
He just left.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Just
Okay, I'm
left.
gonna ask you guys the question.
Lay it on us.
Because apparently this has been hitting the news waves across the world.
Okay, I like this.
Have you heard about the death cap mushroom court case that just wrapped up in Melbourne?
No. Death cap mushroom.
So this is the only thing that's on the news for the last week. And then there's half-hour shows afterwards. So there's a lady lady by the name of Erin Patterson. We can say her name. She's been convicted. She hosted a lot. I'm going to say she's around 45 to 50. She's a little bit of a different cat, a little bit of an outcast. She hosted a lunch at her home, and she hosted her former in-laws.
Oh, no.
Like her former father-in-law, mother-in-law, her father-in-law's sister, and somebody else.
Were they
Anyways,
Were they her former in-laws before the luncheon, or has that happened since this incident that you're about to reveal?
No.
Good question.
Before.
Okay.
Right. So she served them up some beef Wellington,
Not saying I
which
don't
is a
get it.
pretty fancy meal.
Yeah.
Ooh, beef Wellington.
And within a week, 3 out of the 4 people died, and the 4th person was in the hospital, and it was caused by death cap mushroom poisoning. So the 4th person has survived, and so the 5 of them sat down to eat a meal, and 3 people died. 4th person was in the hospital for a long time, and it's come out that she poisoned them.
Wow. What did she offer up any sort of defense?
Oh, yes. Like, she actually went into the hospital herself. When she found out they got sick in the hospital, she went into the hospital herself.
Ow, my stomach also
Yes.
hurts.
Exactly. But then they said, okay, you need to stay here. She's like, no, I feel good. I'll come back later. Because she realized she had to get rid of some
The death cap mushrooms that were on the cutting board in the kitchen.
Yes, there's a few things she had to get rid of. She had a food dehydrator that she crushed all and ripped up all the mushrooms in. So she had to get rid of that. And later she was questioned if she had one. She said, no, I don't have one of those. And of course they found it in the dump nearby. There's another part of it where she said the next day or later that day she was feeling sick, and she was on the road, and they actually have CCTV footage of her going to a gas station, and she says, oh, I felt sick. I had to go to the bathroom. It was really bad. Anyways, the CCTV footage showed her that she went in for 9 seconds.
That's a quick bathroom break.
So that's a quick
Can
one.
be fast
And maybe
moving,
not
I
as
guess.
bad as she said. But so the trial began in April. This all happened in about 2 years ago, and then the trial began in April of this year, and then she was just found guilty. So it has been all over it's nonstop here. And then they're showing shots of different news outlets from across the world talking about it. There will be a movie about this. There will absolutely be. But it didn't hit CTV News, or
I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen it either, but that doesn't necessarily mean it hasn't been there.
That's
it might
true.
just mean I'm spending too much of my time watching baseball.
That's it. I'm with you on that. I thought you were going to say they were going to be magic mushrooms and she had like a party and then they got mad. That went totally.
No,
I guess,
you wouldn't want to eat these ones.
Yeah, death cap
Wow.
sounds like a bad choice of mushrooms if you're cooking beef Wellington.
Where do you guys stand on the whole the true crime phenomenon? Do you like the podcast, the movies, the
Not
documentaries?
for me. Not for me.
I'm a sicko. I can't get enough of them.
I had a former partner of mine who just loved them. So every
Yeah.
road trip we'd be listening to these things. And
My favorite murder, were you listening to a lot of episodes of that?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't remember the names. But every single one of them, they start with, oh, yeah, this is the husband or this is the wife. And I'd always say, that's the one. And sure enough, 2 hours later, we find out that's the one the whole time. It's like, why do we even do this? Just go get him. You know? So that sort of turned me off. I also don't like the whole idea of, talking about murder and all that, just like me personally, because it's like I like to listen to happier things,
I get you completely.
Yeah.
I'm the same way in terms of my general mentality, and yet can't get enough
That's
of the
it.
true
And
crime
I get
stuff.
the other side, too.
I'm
I
a
get it.
total sicko when
Yeah.
it comes to this, and I'll admit there's
Well-
probably something deeply psychologically flawed within me.
The good point,
Coach
though,
Kama one.
that would be a great episode for a true crime podcast for sure.
I was just going to say, Simon, here it is. Mushroom Case Daily. It's on the ABC News, but if you look for the podcast,
All right.
Mushroom Case Daily, you'll be brought up to date from start to finish.
Crazy.
They just came out about this Erin. I know I'm talking about this a lot, but it is pretty
It's
big
huge
news.
there.
is
I get it.
fascinating.
Yeah,
This
it's
is great.
interesting.
They were talking about what she was like when she was younger. So she's apparently pretty switched on. She was an air traffic controller, so that's pretty hard to get into.
Yeah.
But past workers talked about how she would call in pretending to be them, calling in sick so that she could pick up extra shifts.
Whoa, what happened when the people showed up
Wow.
to work?
They talked about that, where the boss would say, wait a minute, what's going on? I thought you called in sick. And the person would be like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm sure if there was a camera there that could pan over to Erin, she'd be sitting there just giggling away. Or maybe, yeah, exactly.
That's great.
Exactly. Just like
Oh,
that.
man.
So,
Just like,
Um,
yes, yes.
John Oliver did a whole thing on air traffic controllers a few weeks ago, which was really interesting, and how truly difficult it is to become one, like the
Yeah.
insane level, and that's why they don't have enough. And of course, now for reasons that we won't get into because we don't talk about
No
politics,
no
there's
religion.
far
Well
fewer
done.
of them.
Yes.
I don't know what happened there.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
that won't lead to anything bad, right?
Never, never, ever. As it with this right here, all the way around table, hanging out with Simon Hiatt. We got Coach number 1 in the house. I want to get into a little bit of baseball here before we reach the halfway point. As All-Star bidding is done, All-Star nods have been handed out, except for the. You said it perfectly earlier. The injuries.
Injuries and injuries.
Yes, for replacement players. As far as Blue Jays go, Alejandro Kirk and Vladdy Guerrero. No George Springer, very interesting. No Bo Bichette, and I was saying, man, just looking at numbers, Bo's got better numbers than Vladdy. What's going on here? Your thoughts first, Coach number 1, on the All-Star, I guess, vote winners and losers.
George Springer, that's the interesting one. Has there been talk there that perhaps his involvement with the Houston Astros signal stealing saga back then is played a role in him not being selected?
I mean,
Great question.
Gary, before we started rolling, Gary and I talked about it in the whole, because there are sort of several different levels to how players are selected for the All-Star
That's
game.
weird. I
There's
didn't
the
know
fan
this.
vote, which has a couple of different levels in and of itself. Then there's players have a vote, and then the commissioner gets to select people, and he can do like honorary people, like he did this year. He brought in Clayton Kershaw as kind of a, hey, your career's maybe coming to an end, and you should probably you got your 3,000th strikeout. He did the same thing, I don't know if you remember, a few years ago with Miguel Cabrera and Albert Pujols. Gave them one last kick at the cat. So yeah, there's so many different ways the votes happen that I don't know that the Astros thing. I mean, the thing is, when I think about the Astros, I don't think about George Springer and
That's it.
Alex Bregman. They were
That's
the
it.
kids on that team.
Yeah.
They had nothing to do with it. If they had said, excuse me, Mr. Beltran, is this just how the big leagues works? Because this doesn't
Is this
feel
normal?
like it's not gonna. Mr. Cora, I have a quick
it. Yeah,
question.
Coach.
This garbage can banging.
It's really distracting.
do
What's
that.
going on?
I have no issue with George Springer and Alex Bregman. Can you imagine if we'd had the show when that was all going on? Oh my God, we would talk about that so much.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, I still have some ill will towards like Jose Altuve and those people that were actually at the center of it.
You know, and it's so funny to look back now and think about all those signs that we saw leading up to being caught. Like when you see Altuve hitting the walk-off and everyone's going to tear his jersey off. No, don't tear it off. Like,
Yeah.
no. Like all those little things, and we're hearing the bangs, and just to put it all together is another true crime podcast for that one.
There
Would be
you
pretty
go.
fun, figuring all that out. But yeah, I'm with you. I feel like there's no way those guys had anything to do with setting it up. Now, do you think, as this comes to me, do you think they used that support system, if you will, to gain some better numbers?
I mean, it's possible. Who
So
knows?
like,
Yeah,
everyone
like,
would have to know about it,
yeah,
right?
you would have to know what's going on. Maybe. I
Interesting.
don't. The granular level knowledge that I had on that whole thing has dissipated a bit over the years.
It's
So
been a
I don't
while.
really remember exactly who was had the finger pointed
Running,
at them.
yeah.
You know,
That's-
you know who would have just by chance I wish was here. That
Oh,
might
Coach
have just
Comateur.
recently showed up to hear what they think about. It would be great to hear from Coach Koma too, if just by chance
Hold on, we're looking at the
he's
Phenom.
able to join us.
Phenom. You see anything in there?
Any cryptic
There he is.
messages on the
Hey,
messenger?
look at him. We got him.
Hey, there
Nothing
he
cryptic
is.
about it. Coach Comma 2, question for you. George Springer, did he get snubbed because of the whole garbage can fiasco?
This year?
Yeah. He should be an all-star,
No.
is what I'm saying. No, you
No.
think he's not good enough?
No,
What's
he
the deal?
got snubbed because someone broke it down, and I was on the phone, but I was watching the game, and someone was breaking it down in a highlight pack of how there's the fan vote, then there's the player vote,
That was this guy, yeah.
and then you have to factor in, and maybe you guys have already discussed this, you have to factor in that every team needs to be represented. And I think I looked at the roster, and there was 33, so they do an expanded roster for sure. They make sure there's at least 2 players from each position, it seems, as well. So they make sure there's 2 catchers at least, and there's maybe a couple first basemen on each team. So if there's 30 teams in the league, so 15, so there's 2.3 players represented from each team. So the Jays have 2. They didn't get a third. Should George have been there? Yes. But as you've seen in history, there's guys that are in MVP voting, and then they didn't make the All-Star game. So it's like, how does that even make sense? Is that they had a slow start. They started slow for the first month and a half, and they aren't getting looks for the All-Star game. And then all of a sudden they take off, and they have a year. And that's Vladdy. Like, why does Vladdy even go to the All-Star game? He's such a slow starter. It's more the attraction of Vladdy and hoping that he maybe does the home run derby and all that stuff. And I arguably George should probably be there over Vladdy right now. Like, George and Kirk would maybe make more sense. Not much though. If you look at rankings, Vladdy's still ranked in the power rankings. He's still up there. His numbers just aren't crazy off the charts. $500 million numbers.
That's the big thing I was saying is Bo Bichette's numbers are better than Vladdy's. Like
in
significant.
certain numbers, depending where you're looking.
I guess, yeah. I keep forgetting baseball has a million stats you can look at to justify anybody, including who we talked about earlier, Julio Rodriguez getting in.
George Springer's having a better year than Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah. So
Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez's teammate, is having a better season than Julio Rodriguez, and I love J-Rod, but he shouldn't be an all-star.
He looks like an all-star, though.
He does.
Well,
and he's a fan favorite.
That goes back to what you say about Vladdy, too. That's sort of the allure of those guys. So does this make us care about the All-Star game? Does anybody care about the All-Star game?
Not really.
I mean, it's your duty to vote. Did you vote?
No.
Did not exercise my democratic right.
It's our duty. We failed.
It's your duty. I voted probably every year for the past 10 years, and I did not this year. I didn't.
Well, that's why George didn't get in. Thanks a lot there, Coach Kamatu.
Are you guys old enough?
I've been trying to be a little bit more present in life and not staring at my Twitter box and just waiting, updating, and then every 10 minutes voting again to try and get some millionaire a chance to be in an All-Star game. That really won't matter.
Seems like a mistake. I think your priorities are all out of whack, Coach Kamatu. Get back there on the Twitter.
I tried to straighten up a bit. But
you're gonna say?
Are you guys old enough? Did you ever do the paper voting where you'd punch out the holes in the paper ballots? Like if you went to a stadium, you could actually dunk.
I never got to do that. That'd be incredible.
So much fun. I used to love it. What's that, Coach?
That was a thing when we were kids.
You could go to a stadium and there'd be like tens of thousands of paper ballots, and you could poke it out.
Dude. Oh no! Is it like those hanging chads?
Exactly.
Oh no!
Bush v. Gore.
Hey.
They have them? Did they have them at Cairns Field or Optimist?
I doubt it. I think it was just Major League Parks. I think it used to be that was like the only way you could vote, I believe.
Interesting.
Okay, well that makes sense.
But I remember doing it at Exhibition Stadium in Toronto back in the day, and it was the Metrodome when I was my first ever game. I got to fill in a ballot. It was so great.
Memories, and that's what got you hooked.
You have way better memories than I have of baseball. I haven't been to that many games.
I know.
I've been to the last home opener for the Expos.
That's pretty good.
I saw a game at Wrigley Field for Jay Mays' 30th birthday. I went to U.S. Cellular, and I was actually talking to a guy named Brendan Engdahl about my trip too, because he was just in Boston, and unfortunately we were at a funeral today, which is very sad. But we were. You still try and celebrate somebody's life, right? So you try and enjoy each other's company and just talk sports like you would have anyway if you weren't at a funeral. But but yeah, he just was in Boston, and Adam, his brother, was just in Toronto. He auctioned a Jays, I forget what it's called, some Jays package or whatever, but they're pretty much on field near where the TD seats used to be or whatever along the side,
no
and you get
way.
to go in the dugout and you do a tour, and you stay at the hotel that overlooks
in the dome.
thing. So anyway, we're talking about this, so I have nothing to compare except for something that happened 15 years ago when we were in Wrigley, because I haven't traveled like that recently. But I don't have the extensive thing that Simon has with all this stuff. I think, though, you could have got in the Star Phoenix, there was cutout ballots with a mail-in address, and I believe you could mail in your vote, and it was published in newspapers around Canada and the States if you wanted to have your
That's pretty
The
cool.
effort we used to go to do
just
things.
to get it, and now
Flip
it's
it out of the
right here,
paper,
and
fill
it's
it
like-
in, get an envelope, get a stamp, go to the mailbox.
I wonder what the numbers would be like compared, hey, to figure out the number of voters
good
old school
question.
to now.
Yeah.
Because that's a really good point. It's funny that we talk about these all-star games, and then we all say we're not going to watch it, and we don't really care. But at the same time, it's good talking points. Another one of those points would be the fact that these guys getting in, and you and I again talked, we had a nice little talk before, a little pregame talk. The fact that you're bringing in these old guys to honor them, like bringing in Kershaw, or you're getting these J-Rods in there, these guys that may not deserve to be there when there's plenty other guys who probably aren't making millions and millions of dollars, who probably have a clause in their contract that says, hey, if you're an all-star, guess what? You're taking a couple mil home, buddy. And I feel like that's a bit of a cheat to those guys that are really trying to make it. It'd be really nice for them to get that nod and get that bonus. And I feel like if I was a player, I'd be pretty upset. I just want to get your guys' thought on that. Guys taking those spots from maybe people more worthy of being there.
That is sheep talk, Gary. But
Am I a sheep? Am I buying right now?
I think your kids I think there's a conspiracy there. I don't think any manager is going to hold back a player from going to an all-star selection, but I think they are trying to sell tickets. So I do think that's a little bit more. I don't think they're holding anyone back, because I think if someone's just lights out and they're marketable and they're like Barger's close, you know what I mean? If he would have started earlier, like he's pretty marketable. He's got a nice smile. He's pretty jacked. Hopefully he's not on steroids.
Very handsome.
But does anyone outside of Toronto know about Addison Barger?
That's the thing.
Or outside of Canada, I guess I should say.
Yeah, but they'll get to know him if he's marketable and he looks cool and he goes and hits a jack in an all-star game and he's taking massive hacks and he's composed while doing it. They'll do it. I'm not saying that these other guys aren't, but like Dela Cruz was fast-tracked to the all-star game. Wasn't he there last year or 2 years ago and had no business being there because he was the best option the Reds have? I could be out of line there, but yeah, I think it's a marketing thing more than anything. Like, is J-Rod gonna be in the home run derby?
The only name I saw was Big Dumper.
Big Dumper. There's been a few other names released, and they're escaping me.
Pull it up.
Yeah,
I'm on. I'll be a good host. I'll
James
get that
Wood?
there. Go ahead, Coach One.
James Wood?
I think James Wood is doing it.
Ronald Acuna
he's
Jr.
a sneaky
apparently
good.
is being traded to the Jays sometime soon.
Ooh.
Who's getting traded? James Wood?
No, Acuna Jr.
Oh, Acuna.
Oh.
Okay, Acuna Matata.
Byron Buxton, Twins, 20 home runs.
I love him. I love that guy
Thank God
so
we're
much.
finally getting a healthy Byron Buxton season.
Speaking of, we didn't speak about my fantasy team.
Yeah.
One of the guys, I've kept him for as long as I could. I've been waiting for like 4 years in the fantasy world for this guy to finally show up, and he's finally here. It's so nice.
Hope he can keep it up, because, man, he's special.
Why can't you just get, here we go. Home run derby. Let's see.
O'Neill Cruz.
We got
Cruz. Oh, sure.
Robert Jr.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
O'Neill Cruz isn't actually an all-star, is he? Is he just going just to be in the derby?
Can they do that? No, he's not in. Wait, how old is it? Oh, this is 2023, you guys. God, I hate the internet.
I blame artificial intelligence.
You guys got computers there. Why can you pull that up?
Yeah. I got it right here.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Coach One. I was scrambling. Okay, run it off.
Well, all those names I just said. And here's one little link to all the way around the table. Junior Caminero, a
Yeah.
former Australian Baseball League
Yeah.
star.
Stud.
He was a
Yeah.
late replacement for, I think, Alex Bregman, because Bregman's hurt.
Correct.
Now, is
he's a
Bregman
gold
hurt
star.
or is he hurt?
No, he's actually hurt.
Okay.
He's been out for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did
So
you
that's
just run?
everyone. Caminero, Cruz, Buxton, Wood. Where's the other one here? Big Dumper
Yeah.
and Acuna Jr.
So you're telling me that O'Neill Cruz, another guy on my fantasy team that I've been waiting to really show up, he's not an all-star, but he gets to go sock ding-dings?
I mean, I'm assuming he's not an all-star because he's not, as we were talking about, we're pretty sure the Pirates
He's not Paul Skeens.
guy is Paul
He's
Skeens.
not
and
Paul Skeens,
and maybe David Bednar, who's having a surprisingly good season. But yeah, O'Neill Cruz isn't really. And he's also been getting a lot of flack this year for not hustling and
we've
not
talked about him
playing
a
the
couple
game the
times
right
on
way.
this
Yeah, we
very
talked
show.
about that a few episodes
Yeah,
ago.
see, he does that. He doesn't run out these.
But he can mash.
And not only that, dude, he's throwing. Like,
Yeah.
he hits like 103 on the radar
Yeah.
when he's throwing balls. Like, it's crazy. It's super freak. What's it, like 6'7" or something?
Yeah, he's in
Yeah,
that
nuts.
range. He's
Yeah.
like Aaron Judge size,
It's
and it was a
crazy.
shortstop, and they moved him to center field. And I think if you look at like the highest exit velocities over the past 3 years,
He's one
it's
of those
like
guys.
all Giancarlo Stanton and O'Neill Cruz. Like when he makes contact, it's going into the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh.
What a beautiful park. Been in that one?
I have.
Of course you have.
That was that trip where I went
You
to
talked about-
see the
yes,
Killers in
that's
Cleveland.
Right. We had that
Hung out
story.
with Manny Sanguillen.
Oh, you guys. Yeah. Roberto Clemente's best friend.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Yep.
All right, this is the All the Way Around Table, and it is time for the live read, as we are going to tell you a little bit more about my main man, Mobley Llorente, as summer is oh so here. It is so unbelievably hot out, and so is your chance to find that perfect home. With mortgage rates coming down, now is the ideal time to buy. Mobley Llorente with TMG The Mortgage Group works with multiple lenders to find the best mortgages for you, saving you time, money, but most of all, stress. We all have that stress, and we don't want it. He'll help you out with that. Whether you're self-employed, a first-time buyer, or have credit challenges, he's always there to help with 24/7 personalized support. That's what we like around here. And the best part, his services are completely free.
I don't buy it. I'm
Free,
still thinking
free,
you're gonna.
free.
That's gonna easily cost you $5 or $10 grand. You're telling me Mobley is giving this away for free?
Free.
That's unreal.
Everyone's favorite price mark.
And
Plus,
you save money on your mortgage. And you
That's
save
it.
money. It's free and you get it's like you get paid to use
Yeah,
them.
you're losing
Unbelievable.
money if you don't go and talk to Mobley. Do you want to lose money? Do you want to just give money away? I didn't think so.
Nobody
Go see
does.
Mobley.
Hey, plus you guys, he'll continue to assist you long-term with refinancing, renewals, and mortgage strategies. That is Mobley Llorente. Mortgages made simple. Give him a call or text him anytime. 306-370-5804. That is our live read for the day, and that usually leads into another fun little thing we like to do around here as we put it out there for you. If you want to get a live read, you got an organization, you got a charity, you got a business, you got something that needs to be heard. We are the voice of Saskatoon. We are the hyper-local way to get it out there, and we would love to do that for you. I always like to say, help us, help you. And to sort of get it in your head, we made a little song that's been really catching on. Yesterday, we had the All That Angst podcast crew in here, and everybody sang it, and it was like an anthem. It was beautiful. I know you guys aren't going to sing it, but I'm just saying, if you ever want to jump in, you can, because that's what we do. You know what? I didn't even introduce Phenom. Phenom, flip it real quick. Say hi. Phenom's on the ones and twos. His grandpa was here watching him work. Very proud grandpa. I'm sorry, I just left you hanging there for so long. Gee whiz. Send us an email. It's real easy. All you got to do is send it to 1-2-3-4 contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. Now, Coach Mazer, I know you love singing jingles. I know you love jingles. I'm surprised you're not hopping on this one yet. He loves them so much that he has lyrics printed out for Frankie's Fingers, which is the song we used to play out every show. He's always writing lyrics. We produce songs here that he's wrote lyrics to, and yet he won't jump in on that one. You don't like the email song?
It's kind of tuned to your voice.
Mm.
What does
You know
that
what I
mean?
mean?
You say that
Like
my
it's-
range is
it's-
so perfect that no one else can touch it?
Yeah, like I haven't figured out how to do backups to that. I
That's
think
fair.
I have it. Do it again. I'll try now.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Take two. 1, 2, 3, 4. contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song.
How's that?
The delay helps a lot.
Delay.
I should have saw that coming. All right, we're going to
Get
slap
outta
this one out of
here,
here. There we go.
you.
Oh, sorry, I didn't count it out. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Getting amped up here. We also got a website, soon to be updated once I send all the information to Royal Anders, because, again, another thing I was telling Simon before the show is I'm so grateful for how busy we are and how much work we're doing. It's also really hard when it's only me now. We've expanded so much. Like, I think we're at like 15 or 16 shows here. And it's just like basically me and LB doing most of it. So we don't have enough income to hire more people. So you're always busy, always going. And it's like, man, you know, it would be nice for some help, but also very, very thankful and grateful for everyone here. So it's just like a little bit of a rundown. I'm trying to get a vacation. I haven't had a vacation in 3 years, over 3 years now. So I'm trying to line one up, and it's going to be hopefully maybe the next couple of weeks if we can get some guest hosts in here, and we'll figure that out. Anyway, that's just me rambling. We're going to send this one. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Right through. Mazes,
Gary?
go ahead. Yes, Coach Comtu.
No offense, but I think, Simon, like if you weren't on the show today, I think it would be fine. Like it's your show.
If I were to take offense to that, I'd be a real dink, wouldn't I?
Yeah, but I think
I think everyone
would be fine.
Everyone that comes in here, maybe that's what we'll do. Do you want to host one?
I could host one.
He's going to host one. Thank you, Coach.
There was that one week.
This is why I love Coach Comtu. He always brings the answers to the questions.
Sure. Wasn't there one week where you were sick and
yes, wasn't it
Coach Mazer ended up hosting it, and we kind of held down the floor? The floor, as I like to say.
That's nice. This is the 311th episode.
And that's why it would be a good host.
I think there's only been 3 or 4 that have been guest hosted. It was Coach Mazer and LB who have done those. But
yeah, I think mine ended up on the cutting room floor, though. I think that's what the insiders say. I don't know if it ever made air. This is the dark days of the damn network.
CRTC came knocking on the door.
We've come a long way. Uncle Brando is going to fill in for some too. So we have a plan. It's going to be nice. I'm going to get out of here and try to reset my brain. The Twitch stream as well. This Friday, we have the 13th Melon. He's always twitching. I love that every time. 6:30, I believe, is kickoff for this Rider game, LB's baby, as we watch the Rider game along with you, and we interact and have a lot of fun. It's a very, very, very good time. But that's another thing that I'm going to be guest hosting the week after because he's not there. So I got all these things that we're trying to maneuver. But because of that football game, our normal Friday night Twitch stream that we do, Brando and Gary Get Good at Games with Guests will be actually on location from Uncle Brando's condo, which is going to be very fun.
Condo.
Him and his beautiful puppy, Big Urs, will be there, and a couple other guests, and it's going to be a lot of fun as they do that. So we're taking the Twitch stream on the road. Going to be very, very fun, and very excited as we continue to expand it. Phenom and Brando have been working really hard on this thing. Twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. So be sure to check it out. It's a lot of fun. And we really, really like it over. Playing video games, man. I'm still trying to get Coach Kamatu to come in here and do some Baseball Stars streaming. So we'll see how that goes. All we need to do for him is to not have to coach every single day forever until forever. So if he can get some time, we'd like to do that. I'm going to send this one up here. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do the big reach. I'm going to grab. Man, I love fun with graphics. For the graphics. Okay, you guys. Coach Kamatu, you sent in a bunch of stuff. And I actually wrote them down, if you can believe that. You guys are slowly turning me into like an actual producer / host. Like if I would have done this much work for the 25 years I was at the other job, I'd probably still be there, you know? Like this is all they ever wanted me to do. I was like, no way, man. I ain't doing that. I'm going to do it different.
Talent.
That's right. I'll let the talent speak for itself all the way out the door. Anyways, I want to get to this because I really laughed with your acquired taste list. Can you walk us through this, Coach Kamatu? Things that lose value immediately.
Gary, I just write things down when they come to my head. I don't remember them.
We covered this already.
Wait, are you saying this is just stream of consciousness? This isn't like well crafted?
Yeah, they're just ideas.
Going through several drafts?
Was taking away. I thought AJ was quizzing us today. I don't know what happened to that.
Okay.
Take it away, Coach. What?
I've got a new idea. We'll test this one. Minimal viable product. We'll give it a go. If we see our ratings spike through the roof, we'll keep doing it week after week. And there's different ways we can take turns.
I love this.
And if our numbers just stay at the high numbers they are already, but don't spike up. We can decide whether or not we want to.
Let's get in it.
So, welcome to Do You Swear By or Do You Swear About?
We've been trying to do this for
Okay,
the last like 3 weeks, and I never got to it.
Yep, everybody's ignored me, and there was part
I'm
of me
sorry.
today going, am I just going to jump in and say,
I'm sorry.
we're doing this?
Yeah.
So this is
I
the
still have a
perfect,
Game Boy
great
story to
segue.
tell at some
Oh,
point too.
it's the Game
Okay.
Boy
Just kidding.
story.
Just kidding. Just
Damn
kidding.
it.
We're staying focused.
So-
Swearing at it. Swearing by it.
Coach number 1, take it away.
Right? This is just a little segment that we're going to call Do You Swear By or Do You Swear About? And it's really simple. I'm going to throw out a topic. It could be something news in the sports. We've already talked about Springer and the All-Star. It could be a food. Could be a band. Could be anything. And each of you are going to tell me, is this something you swear by? Like this is the gospel. Do not touch it. I love it. Or is it something that you swear about? You can't stand it. You disagree. So it's partly what's your hot take. It's partly could be like a therapy session.
Nice. I need one of those.
And I suspect there'd be a little bit of fence sitting.
Okay.
Because I know there was a couple that I've come up with here, and I thought, ooh, I don't know what I'd say about that. All right. You ready?
Ready.
Bring it.
Do you swear by or swear about Mitch Marner,
Ooh.
Coach Comma 2?
Like that.
Like, what about him? What if I
But-
don't think about the guy?
Well, you're
That was
forced
going to be my answer.
I got an answer.
Okay.
Okay. Here, I'll help
So
you. Coach.
Mitch Marner.
I mean, you gotta have a view. You can't just say I don't. You get to think
Why
about it
don't-
right now.
Here's the problem. So I'm assessing the options. Where do I swear by him or do I swear about him? I've tried my best not to swear about any professional athlete that is just looking out for themselves in a world that is predominantly about making money and not so much. I mean, there's fan experience, but I mean, there's not a lot of loyalty in professional sports anymore. So I can't swear about a guy that chooses to exit the largest market in the National Hockey League, if that's where you're going by it. Now, do I think that he's an elite talent that can be your star player to take you to a Stanley Cup? I don't know. I don't think I understand the makings of the makeup of a championship winning roster, because every team looks different every year. It seems that there's not like a secret recipe. There's usually a blend of veterans and maybe players that haven't been paid yet, so they're underpaid, so you can build this good roster. But I don't think there's a secret recipe for it. So I think Marner will win a championship at some point. It's evident that it wasn't going to be in Toronto. So I don't think. I guess I'll swear by him. I swear by his choice to move on, because the Leafs suck, right?
Hey, there he is.
Absolutely.
See, I got this. I'm on the fence. You were talking about the fence sitting.
I love behind you.
I will tell you right now that I think Mitch Marner is a perfect example of what everybody keeps talking about with Toronto, is that you have a hometown kid who should be praised everywhere he goes. Instead, what you have is a hometown kid who plays for his hometown team who, whilst out walking his dog, gets chirped by his neighbors because he's holding out or because he won't accept this or won't do that, and to the point where they ran him out of town. So I see that side on his as well. I see these post-game interviews he does where he's like, oh, it's not my fault, man. It's everybody else. These guys all suck. Like, oh, it's not on me. So I can see both sides. I'm firmly on the fence. I'm like that guy from Tool Time. Who's the neighbor? Who's the neighbor guy?
Wilson?
Wilson. I'm Wilsoning this one. Call me Wilson because I see both sides. I'm going to fence it. I will vouch for this guy. He's not a big hockey guy, not a big Mitch Marner guy, so I'm very excited to see where this answer goes. You swearing by him or at him?
I mean, you're correct. I'm out of my depth if I try to speak with any intelligence specifically on Mitch Marner or the Toronto Maple Leafs, other than my best friend, Dave, who lives in Los Angeles but is a huge Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
Ah, poor guy.
Yeah, has been his whole life.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. I feel bad for what the Leafs have gone through. But in a general, broader sense, I absolutely swear by an athlete's right to test the open market,
Yeah.
do what's best for yourself. Yeah,
Get your
you don't
bag.
owe anything to the people of Toronto. You've given them what you had to give,
And no one cares. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
you've done. No one gives a poop about it. How was that? Did we swear good there, Coach One?
That's great. That's great.
What's
Want
your
to try
thoughts
one
on
more?
it? Hold on. What's
Oh,
your
my
thoughts on Marner?
Yeah, I swear by Marner. He's a great player.
Yeah.
He's got the option. The team didn't show the same interest in him as they did the others,
Yeah.
and he's got an option to go right. What's best for me, and he's done what I think he'll excel. I think being out
so
of
too.
Toronto
Yeah.
will be a great thing. It sounds like he's got a new child. It sounds like his wife is very happy with where they're going, so she'll be out of the spotlight
Happy
as
wife,
well.
happy
So
life.
there you
Alle-
go. So yeah.
Allegedly, though, the Leafs offered more money.
Really?
Allegedly.
You say allegedly.
Ah.
That sounds like something the Leafs would say after he signed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get mine with you. All right, let's do one more, Coach One. I'm liking this.
Do you want to stay with sports, or do you want to go just general? Or we can go local events.
Oh boy.
local to us or
Uh-oh.
local to you.
Yeah.
I
are the local-
swear about people
Oh.
poisoning each other with mushrooms.
Yes.
That's something people
Do you
shouldn't
swear
do.
by? Do you swear by or swear about the decision to build a new library in Saskatoon?
Whoa.
Bang.
Whoa, dude, are you trying that?
We
That
don't
feels.
pull punches here.
This feels very political. I don't know if I can comment on this with my big stand of no politics, no religion. Can I stay on the fence? Can I Wilson this one again without comment?
Comment would be good.
Reading's good. Libraries are good.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say without getting in trouble, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Art, I can go many ways on this.
I'm very nervous.
Are libraries, or are they just emergency shelters when catastrophe strikes? Is anyone in a library anymore?
People go. Actually, Brooksy was there the other day. They rent video games. Basically, libraries have become the Blockbusters of the new world. People go there and rent video games and movies and stuff, and it's supposed to be like pretty good stuff you can rent.
Sounds like something you need to put $1 billion into for sure.
Interesting. I'm not getting into it. Simon?
I'm gonna swear by it.
There it is. Simon wants
We
libraries.
should be putting money towards educating a populace, and if it happens to get used for other purposes, okay.
Yeah.
We should poor people who are new to Canada, who need access to internet so they can apply for jobs and can read a book. Kids can read a book. I am a tax-paying citizen of Saskatoon, and I love my money going towards educating a populace.
Bring back books. Bring back books. That's what I'm saying. We need more books. Coach One, how
it $1
dare you?
billion?
How dare you get in there? It's a hot topic for sure. We like to do the light ones around here. We don't like going deep.
All right, we'll go. I did feel like the energy just went very tense. It was
This
like,
is what happens when politics come in. This is why we never talk about it.
No.
I know,
It's not
politics.
I know you guys, but at the same time, it very easily can sway that way. So we just got to keep it cool, have some
Okay.
fun. Let's get
I
back
swear,
to the
can I
sports
say
area.
something?
No, you're not.
I swear
Oh God.
by multi-use facilities. So if you go to places like, you could go to Humboldt, Saskatchewan, and the library is connected to the swimming pool, which is connected to the arena, which has parking lot all the way around. And obviously that wouldn't work downtown. So you'd need to incorporate public transit and ways to get to these facilities, and maybe parkades or high-rise parkades and things like that. But I'm a huge supporter of things like that, like the MTS Center or whatever it's called in Winnipeg now. I'm not up to date with the rebranding, but it looks like a mall. Like, it doesn't look like a real arena. And if I'm not mistaken, it's connected to other things. So I think there's ways you can infuse those dollars and get two birds stoned at once,
Nice.
as a
Good
famous
job.
man once said.
That's right. Shout out to Ricky, Trailer Park Boys. I say that way to, I've probably said that now at this point in my life more than I have said the actual thing that I can't remember now. What is it?
Killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah, killing two birds.
I think
one
yours
stone.
is more violent. The original's violent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm with you.
I
That's worst case Ontario.
I like where you went with that, Coach Comma too, because I'm a big fan of using Venn diagrams, right? Like a circle
I
here,
love Venn
overlap with a
diagrams.
circle, right?
Yes.
It's a good visual model. What would it look like if you had? What would it take? What would we need to consider if you had a library in the city connected with a new sports arena, a new
Money.
hockey?
Lots and lots and lots of money.
Okay, so yeah, so what would it take to get that? Because then you're educating people as well as you're providing them the cultural fabric of what Saskatchewan, Saskatoon is about, bringing people together to connect, to be entertained, as Russell Crowe likes.
Are you not entertained?
Thank you.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's good thinking, mate. Or Coach Comma too. Maybe it's been discussed, but that's where we'll let the people in with the power decide.
I'd just like to say that I think the reason everyone feels like the tension level got raised is because my face is bright red. That has nothing to do with the subject. It's because it's 1,000,000 degrees in
Because
here.
it's
And
27
I
degrees
feel like
there.
I'm about to burst into.
We're
like,
about
look at
to
me
hit
next
28.
to Gary.
Yeah.
I am an actual beat.
It's just something. Like it's. Whew. What was the actual temp
It
today?
looks good from here.
I don't know. Looks like
Man.
it was around 30.
Yeah, like that had to be more than 30. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Only 29? Oh, I don't believe
31.
that for a second. 31.
And surprising, another severe thunderstorm watch.
Can't get away from it,
Can't
man.
get away from it. We've had so much rain.
It's crazy. This is all crazy. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more before we wake up Frankie here. And let's make it a lighter one so we can end on a less heavy note. And again, shout out to everybody for getting through that. Very well done.
Okay. All right. Ooh. We'll go with. I wish Curtis was here for this.
Avatar.
There's a music. This artist just came up recently on a playlist when we were at a friend's house. We played the whole album. Do you swear
Don't
by
find
or
it.
swear about Alanis Morissette?
Oh, I'll go first. I swear by Alanis Morissette because Jagged Little Pill is a perfect example
Oh,
about how one album can have 1,000,000 hits. Every song anyone knows by Alanis Morissette is from Jagged Little Pill. When you put that album on, exactly what you said, front to back. Now, maybe we'll do that one day. I have a bunch of albums like Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream, same thing. Like there's albums out there, front to back, Offspring, Smash, that you can put on, and every single song you will enjoy. You don't skip a single one. And Jagged Little Pill was one of the first ones that I had that experience with, so I will swear by her till the day I die. Yes. Simon.
you're here. I'm just gonna
Swear
I'm gonna
by it.
Just sing it. Sing.
I used to listen to Jagged Little Pill a lot. I
Oh,
have
yeah.
some great memories of the mid-90s associated with that album. And
Yeah. And the
being a-
videos, Man,
exactly.
isn't it ironic? How
Don't
good
you
was
think?
that?
Yeah.
A little.
What's the video
ironic.
where she's in the vehicle with
That's
herself?
ironic. That's
That's
what we're
ironic,
talking about,
That's the
man.
one.
Yeah.
I love her sweaters in those. Very nice sweater choice.
Amazing.
Swearing by those sweaters.
There it is.
I swear by the
Comet
sweater
2, what
she
do you
wears
got?
in ironic.
Give us Alanis. Coach Comet 2.
What'd you say there?
Give us your Alanis take. Are you swearing at her or are you swearing about her?
I said I swore by the sweater she wears in the
Well, that's
The
not
music
her.
video ironic.
Those are sweaters.
I swear by her performance she just made this year at the age of whatever she is, which was very impressive. Without, I think, performing too often to just go and absolutely crush it. I swear by that.
Dude.
Yeah.
You ought to
See,
know
a
what
little
she's
loose
always
I swear by
talking about.
Alanis,
Yeah,
for sure.
that's it.
I mean,
many
You ought to
bangers.
know.
Yeah.
Can you, like, how much of a dick was Ryan Reynolds? You know what I mean?
I'm with you. Yeah, like they were together, right?
They were going to be the ultimate power couple.
Yeah.
I thought it was Dave Coulier.
Also,
That was also an option.
That was
there's a
the-
bunch of them actually. Yeah, that's right.
I
What's his
mean-
name? Uncle Joey. What was his name on Full House?
I can't remember.
Yeah, Uncle Joey.
Was it Joey? Uncle Jesse and Uncle Joey?
That sounds right.
Jesse and the
Yeah,
Rippers?
Uncle Joey.
Yeah, cut it
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
See,
yeah.
Coach Kamatu knows.
My Full House
Um,
knowledge is
he was
about
an
the same as
Alanis
my
Morissette
Blossom
story.
knowledge, and somehow I went on a talk show about
Yes,
that.
you did. Remember the
Oh my
woodchuck
God.
yet? Did somebody say wood? A lot of fun. Man, I watched way too much TGIF back in the day. Phenom, let's wake up Frankie and make our way out of here today so we can take a breather before good sports comes in. Very excited. John
Flats.
Fraser's coming in with Flats tonight. It's going to be a party.
Fraser,
Very excited.
Have you seen John Fraser
I have
recently?
not seen him in probably like 8
Get
months.
ready for a surprise when you see John Fraser. That's all I'm going to say. You'll want to tune into Good Sports, especially if you know what John Fraser used to look like.
What is happening?
You have to tune in and find out.
I'm very excited. Okay.
That's a tease.
Very well done. That
Thanks.
new episode will be dropping tomorrow, by the way, so we can all get a good look at the fresh new John Fraser. I'm excited.
Love me some John Fraser.
My
What
guy.
a great
It's
guy.
gonna be a lot of fun. So I don't know how we're gonna let it cool down. I guess turn the lights off in here and maybe those poor guys are. I guess I'm gonna be in the tooth booth. I'm gonna be sweating too. Jeez. Fellas, great job today as always. I feel like we really hit all the really important notes. Coach Kamatu, you missed out on the dead cat mushroom case that's taken over the world. A rotten beef Wellington murdered a bunch of people, and apparently the lady that made it, she tried to say it wasn't her. It didn't go well. So we learned a lot today. And actually, coach number 1 tried 3 new different magic coffees, and one of them went right through him.
No, one didn't.
Or one didn't, sorry.
Yeah.
The reverse.
That's odd. Yeah.
Extra magic
I
in that one.
think, you know what? Foraging should be brought to schools. We talk about educating our youth and new to the country and having libraries. We should learn how to get proper nutrition, how to forage, what you know what I mean? Maybe choke cherries are fine, but maybe those little red berries that my parents always grew that had the robins flying into the windows, we don't eat those. You know what I mean? Maybe if that person making that beef Wellington knew the type of legumes
she knew. She knew. I was just being facetious. She knew
her
very
former
well.
in-laws,
Yes.
by the way.
It was the in-laws.
We didn't mention that.
Gotcha.
part.
Yeah, so that's the big story. Coach 1, what's new? Promo yourself quickly.
What do we got? We got a new episode on Teams That Swear podcast featuring ex-homicide detective Kerry Gassler, and he talks about how building relationships with potential criminals was important to help solve the case. Fascinating stuff. Spotify or YouTube, Teams That Swear.
Check it out. Again, karma's very real. Do good things, they'll happen to you. I'm late on the Frankies. I love you guys. Thank you for making it in. Have a great night.